Whenever the Pittsburgh Steelers have had a workhorse running back, he's been an extremely valuable fantasy asset to have. So just how high should we draft Najee Harris this season? Let's find out. Okay, so obviously he's going to be a rookie, and we don't have any stats to go off from last season to set expectations. So what I'm going to do is take a very large sample size from when the Pittsburgh Steelers did have a workhorse running back and average that out and see what type of per game stats we can expect based on that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 27 games from LeVeon Bell when he was a starter in 2016 and 2017, as well as the first 20 games of James Conner's career as the healthy running back on the Steelers. So that's the year 2018 when he filled in for LeVeon Bell, and the 7 games to start 2019. He got injured at the end of week 7 and started to miss time in week 8 of 2019 and has never really been the same player. I don't really think that that's the type of role we can expect from Najee Harris. So I did the math for you here. Here it is. In those 47 games, the Pittsburgh starting running back, their workhorse running back, put up these stats on a per game basis. 24.2 touches per game. That would have ranked 4th among all running backs last season. 5.2 receptions per game. That would have ranked 5th. 125.8 yards from scrimmage. That would have ranked 3rd most among all running backs last season. 0.83 touchdowns per game. That was the 6th best mark among running backs last year. 4.38 yards per carry, however, was only running back 37th in the league. So not a high yards per carry, and despite low efficiency, there's just such high volume that it doesn't matter. A total of 20.1 half PPR points per game, and last year that would have ranked 4th among all running backs, tied with Derrick Henry. So based on these stats and this logic, we can still expect a top 5 running back from Najee Harris this season in his rookie year, right? No, hold on. Let's just not be so fast, okay? Let's just take a look at last year, because I didn't include that in any of those stats. So last year, they were just absolutely terrible on the ground. In 2020, they ranked 28th in the NFL in rush attempts with only 373 as a team. They ranked 32nd, worst in the league in rush yards per game, 84.4 yards per game. 32nd in the league in yards per carry. As a team, they only had 3.6 yards per carry. That's an atrocious stat, honestly. They also ranked 28th in the NFL in rushing touchdowns. They only had 12 last year. Last year, the line really struggled. The team leaned super heavily on the pass, and the line definitely prioritized protecting Ben Roethlisberger over run blocking. So that's something that we really need to consider this year. And I was reading an article earlier. Let me read you an excerpt from this article. This is written by Ron Cook of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, so a local reporter there, and he describes the offensive line as chaos. He writes, "Chaos is what happens when the veteran linemen all leave at the same time. Since last season ended, Pouncey retired. Matt Filer and Alejandro Villanueva left as free agents. Now, DeCastro has been released. Just a year earlier, longtime starting guard Ramon Foster retired as well. Do you really feel good about all of that, Pittsburgh fans? Are you really that confident that your offensive line is going to be as elite as it has been in the past? I don't think so. And personally, I'm quite worried about the Steelers this year. I think it might be their first losing season under head coach Mike Tomlin. And I know that's kind of a bold prediction to make, but I feel like it's honestly a legit possibility, especially if something were to happen to Ben Roethlisberger. I think Najee Harris is going to struggle to get 4 yards per carry this season. He's going to have great volume, but he's going to be a bit touchdown dependent because that floor is going to be lower than what we'd like it to be. However, his current ADP is as running back 12. He's going 17th overall, and that's just a bit too high of a draft price for me personally. While I would be happy to draft him in the early 3rd round, I have him ranked as my running back 15, and I think he's just as valuable of a running back as Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So I'm a little bit hesitant to draft Najee Harris, but if, like I said, if it's in the 3rd round, I'm happy to do it.